Hey, this is Dave. I just want to show you my 2016 Suzuki GSXS-1000F sport touring motorcycle. I got this from a fellow 60-year-old, put like 6,000 in modifications on it. I'm in the search for the best all-around bike, and this is definitely a contender. It does everything. It's got ABS too, which is pretty rare for a lot of sport touring models. So I have owned 109 motorcycles, and right now I got 10. So what I'm trying to do now, because got more time, I'm going to try to start doing videos driving around DC with different bikes. And I'm looking to get like a Harley Livewire. It's an electric motorcycle. That's going to be like my focus. But I'll still play around with the gas ones. This one, it's really looks decently. The only thing a lot of people don't like, which I agree with, is up here. And they think they fixed it. They have a GT version now. So what I would have done is kind of like this right here. Like it's 2005 CZR 600. This is the CBR 650F. I don't like this one, but the new CBR 650R after 2019, they got it right. So if they could do that 650R to this bike, I don't own the 650R yet, then they have the perfect bike, I think. And this is only like a 474-pound bike, which is crazy because that bike there, the 650F, is the same weight despite being no ABS and 350 cc's less than this one. So why did I like this bike? Okay, so I've owned the Ninja 1000. That would be like the competitor to this one. That's excellent sport touring. This one I think would fall in a different class than that one. So this is more like a Hooligan bike slash sport bike that's sort of like naked, but not really. I don't know even how to describe it, because it doesn't, like the Ninja 1000, it's just heavier and you feel like it's a bigger sport touring bike. Well, this one I don't think you would want to tour on it for too long, because one, there's not enough wind protection. Two, there's no place for the bags. If you want saddle bags, you'd have to get like cloth or make some custom mounts. And three, it's just, the way it's designed, like it can be ridden like a faster around town bike, which is what I'm looking for, because the Ninja 1000 just didn't meet. I'm going to DC and back, so I don't want something that weighs too much. And 100 horsepower is my sweet spot for what I consider like the perfect number. This has like 145. Actually, this one has an M4 exhaust and a power commander and auto tuner, so this is probably pushing out like 140 or 152, 155. I don't know. I never took it to the dyno. I'm not sure if the other guy who sold it to me did, but this thing is like, when you hit the throttle, this thing just goes like an electric bike. It's like low end torque. So it comes with a Gixxer 1000 engine that's detuned, like an older one. So you're getting basically like an old sport bike model engine that is like extremely powerful on a relatively light frame that's like somewhat comfortable. So it's very unique for what it does. It's just, the front part, if it had like a more sporty front and then these mirrors were mounted like over here, you really kind of have the perfect bike. So I'm big into the reason I like the ZZR 600 is it has, the looks is definitely, the rear end is not as nice, but the front end on this bike I think is like perfection. It's just the way the fairing, the lights, how low the handlebars. I kind of like it in a workout. So this has like a rental bar, which you see more like on like the Ducati, what was it? The Scrambler I think I had. So if this had more of like a clip-on slash, more like this one, I think it would have been a better decision. But that's something that probably I could have done if I don't modify bikes anymore. I just buy whatever's out there. If I see a good deal that I like, I'll buy it. I don't mess around with them much anymore. So what do I like about it? It's fast, light, comfortable. The speed, 150 horsepower, probably a little more than I like, but I guess it's good because if you keep it in low gears, you don't have to rev up high like a sport bike or even those 600cc ones to get power. It's got 4.4 gallon tank, so it can go 180 miles, and generally has an upright riding position, so you can pretty much ride it. I could ride it all day. I think like an older person, maybe it's going to get more uncomfortable than the other one, the Ninja 1000, but it's definitely, it can be a sport touring, but I think Hooligan slash like sleeper, sport bike could be another name for it. What I don't like about it, I just mentioned the Well, I remember the fellow who sold it to me said he had to go get the ECU reflashed from Suzuki. Apparently, like, it had some issues with the throttle, so now it's like very smooth. But I guess the first generation had some issues. Just the looks up here, not a big fan. When I ride it, again, like, to me, the biggest part of riding a bike is like this part right here. So if, like, I don't know, if I don't feel like I'm on a sport bike or something like that, then I'm just not feeling it. And that's why that GSX-S1000, it's just like, it reminds me of that video game Hang On. It's like, just got that old school two gauges and very simple. To me, I like that. This one, they had like one of those, I think the 650R Honda has like an electronic dash now, like more like a race bike. I gotta get one of those and try it out. I think that will be my favorite all-around bike, because the GSX-S1000 is carbureted, which I'm not a big fan of. Let me think what else I don't like about it. Yeah, pretty much the design, the bar is a little too high. Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, like, this is a really solid bike. I personally don't like the M4 exhaust. I think it's too loud. So if I kept it, then I would put the stock exhaust back on. This also doesn't have the cat. I'm not a big fan of when people remove cat converters. How to compare to the others? Let's see. I guess the other bikes I've had, I have for sport touring, I have a Conquerors, which is like a ZX14 detune engine. That's all right. That's more like riding a couch. I guess this could also be in the class with all the naked bikes, like the MT10 for Yamaha, and the, let's see, FZ09. What else? Honda has that CB1000R. That's more of a street fighter, but it's pretty much, it's like a street fighter. They have one of these in Suzuki without the fairing in the front, and that's close. That's what it would be like, the Street Fighter series. All right, let's go over the modification. So I've got a M4 stainless steel full exhaust. So it goes, they had to probably remove like all these fairings here. It's not too bad. I saw a video on it in case I try to go back. The stock exhaust, and you got the power commander auto tune there. It's got an O2 sensor, the K&N Air Filter, and then the factory ECU was updated. Now this is a cool one. He's got a Wilbur shock, so the actual tuner actually goes back here, and then you can see the shock over there. That was actually not cheap. It's probably in the grand range. So it has a max steering damper, and it looks like it requires a little modification of cutting here. Never driven it without it, so I'm not sure if it actually really needed it for most daily driving. The roads are pretty tore up in DC, but a lot of sport touring bikes seem to do pretty well. The next one is pretty cool. Is HID lights. You can see right here. And yeah, I've definitely noticed a difference between that and my other two bikes around the side of the house. Then it's got a tail light modulator. Let's see if I can try to get it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish all bikes came with it. I don't think legally they can. It's got the Oxford heated grips here. And then it's controlled by the central control unit. I've never had to use it because I bought it in the summer. And even in the winter, I just use like really thick gloves. Then it's got the throttle lock, which I guess you can like turn this thing here and it like tightens it. It's like a kind of a poor man's cruise control, but I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I remember the thing like just loosened on its own once, and it got me it got stuck. Then it's got the South SW Mototech kickstand pad, which I like because it makes my, I don't care about this driveway, but the flagstone over here, I don't want to get scratched up. And then it's got RG sliders. These are nice, really high quality. And then it's got the engine case guard on both sides. And you got the front and rear spools. Yeah, I wish every bike came with that, but obviously it wouldn't be cost effective for the manufacturers. And then little yellow stickers around the wheels. All right, so here's how it sounds, the M4. That's too loud for me. It's M4 and Toki for the CBR guy. It's just definitely, it sounds good for maybe a track, but yeah, for a neighborhood like this, definitely would go with a quieter one. And this one is nice, so it's light and definitely does what it's supposed to if you want that sound. All right, so thanks for watching. That's my overview on this amazing bike. I recommend it for anyone to try it. It just, like I said, my preference is I like 600cc engines, 100 horsepower, forward leaning. If this one had that better dashboard and the bars, this would be probably one of my favorite bikes. Although it is a little on the fast side. I mean, 150 horsepower is insane for any motorcycle, let alone in DC. But the fact that it's lightweight and it performs well, and oh my god, it has ABS, like I think standard on most of these bikes. That's just, I mean, this is be honest, this is actually a really good deal for the money. So I definitely would recommend if you can get your hands on one, and I'll do some more bike videos coming out soon.